This is Mrs. Dennis. I'm going to read you a story called Tacky the Penguin by Helen Lester. There once lived a penguin. His home was a nice icy land he shared with his companions. His companions were named Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect. His name was Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird. Every day, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect greeted each other quietly and politely. Tacky greeted them with a hearty slap on the back and a loud, "What's happening?" Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always marched. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tacky always marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, 0. His companions were graceful divers. Tacky liked to do splashy cannonballs. Psh! Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always sang pretty songs like Sunrise on the Iceberg, and Tacky always sang songs like How Many Toes Does a Fish Have? Tacky was an odd bird. One day the penguins heard the thump, thump, thump of feet in the distance. This could only mean one thing. Hunters had come. They came with maps and traps and rocks and locks, and they were rough and tough. As the thump, thump, thump drew closer, the penguins could hear growly voices chanting. "We're gonna catch some pretty penguins and we'll march 'em with a stick. We'll sell 'em for $1 and get rich, rich, rich." Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect ran away in fright. They hid behind a block of ice. Tacky stood alone. The hunters marched right up to him, chanting, "We're gonna catch some pretty penguins and we'll march 'em with a switch, and we'll sell 'em for $1 and get rich, rich, rich." "What's happening?" blared Tacky, giving one hunter an especially hearted slap on the back. They growled, "We're hunting for penguins, that's what's happening." "Penguins?" said Tacky. "Do you mean the birds that march neatly in a row?" And he marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, 0. The hunters looked puzzled. "Do you mean those birds that dive so gracefully?" Tacky asked. And he did a splashy cannonball, and the hunters looked wet. "Do you mean those birds that sing such pretty songs?" Tacky began to sing, and from behind the block of ice came the voices of his companions, all singing as loudly and dreadfully as they could. "How many toes does a fish have? And how many wings on a cow? I wonder, yep, I wonder." The hunters could not stand the horrible singing. This could not be the land of pretty penguins. They ran away with their hands clasped tightly over their ears, leaving behind their maps and traps and rocks and locks, and not looking at all rough and tough. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect hugged Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird, but a very nice bird to have around. All right, now I'm going to show you how to draw a penguin. First, we're going to find the center of our paper and go up slightly. We're going to start with our eyes, but I'm going to leave a little bit of room for his hat. I'm going to draw 2 circles. I like to leave little hot spots to show that his eyes are gleaming. Then I'll go in between and below and do a triangle nose. Now I'm going to come up above, do a curved line, and another curved line to frame his face. I'll add his hat going across the curved lines. Now on that rectangle I want to have a knit hat so I can put some ribbing with my vertical lines. And then I can add the top of his hat with a pom-pom. You could do a circle or pom-poms like I did. Now we have to finish the side of his head. I'm going to come down around like that. I can fill this in with black. I can do that now, or I can do it later. If you're using pencil, you can color that part later. Now we'll go for his scarf. It's going to be a curved line going across, connecting there, and then I'll do 2 lines coming down. And then I'll do a parallel curved line. Parallel means the same as this one. These 2 lines will never cross. And I can put some ribbing on my scarf. Now I'm going to do the belly. And that, I'll start right underneath my scarf, a little bit in, and it looks like I'm going to do a big U coming down, making sure I leave enough room at the bottom for my feet. Then the rest of the body will come from the edge of the scarf, like that. Now I can go ahead and add some wings and some feet. And I can fill this in. You want to add a couple little textures on your feet, you can do that. Now you can have your scarf blowing in the wind if you want, with some tassels if you want to put stripes on it. If you wanted to add eyelashes, you could. If you want to add polka dots to his hat. Do you need to dress your penguin like this? No. You could have given him little bow ties like in Tacky, or you could have put a flowered shirt on him. It's all up to you. Now, if you want to take this one step further, after you're done coloring your penguin, you can do a background. So I cut my penguin out, I got a piece of white paper, and now I'm going to use either warm or cool colors. These are my cool colors, ones that make me think of snow and ice, and these are my warm colors that make me think of the fire and the sun. And I just did spirals. This one I guess I'll do some cool colors. So I did big ones, small ones, using a variety of sizes. These markers are washable. They're water-based. That means that we can have a little bit of fun with them and turn them into paint when we're done drawing with them. You can overlap some of them. Sometimes it's fun to go right off the page. And then let me get my blue one. When you're done, get yourself a cup of water and a paintbrush. Now you can just go ahead and put water on your markers. And when you do that, the marker will start bleeding and kind of turn to paint. Nice cool background here for your funny little penguin. Make sure you keep adding water. If you don't have enough water on your brush, it won't turn the markers into paint. Then when you're all done, you can let it dry. So we let that dry. When we're all done, we can take our dry background and our penguin. Put some glue on it. Stick it down. There we go. Put some glue around the edges here. Stick it down like that. Flip this over and give your paper a good massage. Now you've really jazzed up your penguin.